So I guess this is as good a time as any for me to just jump onto the microphone here. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Red Zone here at Hicksville High School. We've got junior varsity basketball underway. Holgate and the Aces boys squads tied 8 points each in the second quarter. Just a shade under 30 seconds left to go before halftime, so we'll be able to sort of get things caught up during the halftime break. I apologize for not being here for the first part of the game, but I was moderating an academic team match. And a long drive over here from Holgate, obviously, so they were running a little bit late. Or maybe I'm just slow, but either way, we got the academic team matches wrapped up. And so I'm here to bring you play-by-play, most likely for the second half, and then for the varsity game coming up. So we're going to have a shot at the buzzer. Time will expire, and we're going to go into the locker room tied at 8. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to stop everything because number 25, that is Richard Bauer, the 5'10 sophomore. Looks taller than that from up here, but Bauer, the 5'10 sophomore, will take a shot and miss. And he'll get one more. So foul at the buzzer will get a couple of free throws in. Bauer misses that one too. And that will be halftime. And as I said before, I'm almost psychic. 8-8, tied at 8 as we head into the locker room. So it is halftime here at the Red Zone. We're going to take a break. I'm going to get caught up with everything I missed in the first half, and we will be back, and we'll have all of the exciting second half play-by-play coming your way right here on HIX-TV. Welcome back to the Red Zone. Not quite 2 minutes to go before we get the third quarter underway. And we're going to get started a little bit early here because, again, I was not able to be with you for the pregame. And, I'll be taking over and we'll be doing play-by-play for halftime. So let's take a quick look here and get up to date. Well, first off, welcome to the Red Zone. We are doing boys basketball action here tonight. 2 games, Holgate in town. The Tigers, JV's on the floor right now. And later tonight, it'll be the varsity matchup. I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television. Brian Williams, you heard from briefly earlier, is helping with the stats. And Chris Warner, who just came off probation, is able to, no, I'm just kidding. Chris Warner running the camera tonight, doing a great job. I want to thank both Brian and Chris for coming down here and getting everything all set up, while I was still busy moderating one of the academic team meets that was held here against Holgate a little earlier. So with that, we are at halftime and we're tied 8 each. And looking at the unofficial scoring in the first half for the visiting Holgate Tigers, they were led in scoring. Leading all scorers tonight is number 12, Hunter Gerschutz. Hunter had a 2-pointer, a 3-pointer, and a free throw to finish up with 6 points unofficially in the first half, and 2 points for Richard Bauer. And on the Aces side, they've got 4 players. Each has scored a bucket. That would be Cam Straub, Alex Gordon, Aaron Klima, and Kyler Baird. So these teams are going to get ready to go out onto the floor. It's going to be Klima, Straub, also J.R. Mendez on the floor, along with Alex Gordon and Kyler Baird. And it looks like they're going to have the same starting 5, Seidel, Thacker, Gerschutz, Kelly, and Bauer out there for the Holgate Tigers. Aces will have the ball to start the third quarter. Want to thank the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships underwriting our basketball coverage, and we're underway. Klima with the ball over to Baird. Baird on the wing, spin move, drives inside, kicks it out to Gordon. Gordon puts it up. It's going to be short. Rebound to Mendoza, but Mendoza out of bounds. So it'll turn over to the Tigers. That's Gershutz on the wing. He tosses the ball over. Almost taken away by Baird. Now Kelly with the ball. Kelly's going to try to drive into the paint, puts it up, and gets the nice roll. Kelly gets his first 2 points of the night. Cam Straub tosses it over to Klima on the wing. Klima, he's going to try to spin it into the paint. Feed is into Gordon. Nice shot up and in. Gordon with the easy layup, and we're back tied at 10. Now it's Kelly with the ball. Kelly guarded by Klima, driving in, loses the handle, gets the ball away to Gershutz. Gershutz down to the corner, right underneath the hoop, a nice pass, and that's an easy 2 for Bauer. So the Tigers back on top now by a bucket. And we're going to have a whistle as Baird starts to make his move, and that's going to be a foul on Hunter Gershutz, and that'll be his first. Team foul number 1 for this first half. Straub feeds it over to Klima. Klima spins in, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to the Tigers. Back the other way with Holgate. That's Kelly. Kicks it out to Seidel. Seidel, they'll work it around the corner. Gershutz down low, and there'll be a whistle, and I think it's going to be Straub. Yep. Straub will pick up his second. And team foul number 1 in the second half for the Aces. Ball into Bauer, and it's off the hands of Thacker and out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover to the Aces. Klima will get the ball into Cam Straub. Straub back to Klima on the wing. Mendoza. And now Klima. Back to JR. And that's to Straub. Straub looking things over. Klima on the wing now. Driving in, into trouble. Tries to get the ball out of there. It's taken away, and it turns over to the Holgate Tigers. Nice catch by Gershutz to keep it from going out of bounds. Alley-oop, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul. Alex Gordon had the board, and they're going to get Seidel for his first personal, and team foul number 2 on the Tigers. Common foul, so out of bounds to the Aces. Straub brings it up across the timeline with 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mendoza puts it up, no good. Gordon goes for the putback, and he gets tied up. Ball loose on the floor, still rolling around. The Tigers come up with it. Nice pass down the floor, up, and no good as Bauer missed the easy layup. Klima now being guarded by Kelly, and Kelly's going to get the reach in. And that'll be the first on him. And team foul number 3 on the Tigers. Klima to Mendoza, over to Baird. Kyler Baird into the paint. Jump shot, short. Rebound comes down to Seidel. He dishes it off to Bauer. Bauer holds up and lets his teammates catch up to him. Gets it to Gershutz. Gershutz over to Thacker. Jump shot, it's going to be well short, and that's going to be out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Tigers. Klima skied up and tried to slap it back in, but not before his foot touched, and So Seidel will come out of the game, and in will be number 15, Micah Bach. Also sitting down is Gerschutz. And in for him, number 14, Jack Westrick. Westrick with the ball right now. Tosses it over to Thacker. Thacker takes it to the hoop and draws the foul. And that's going to be on White 24. That'll be Baird, his first personal of the night. And team foul number 2 on the Aces. And that's going to put Robbie Thacker at the line to shoot 2. Thacker misses the first one. So still looking for somebody to make the second free throw of the game here tonight. Thacker, there you go. Thacker gets the free throw to drop, and that makes it 13-10. Aces now down by a tray. Straub across the timeline. 2:05 to go. Straub feeds it down low to Gordon. Gordon puts it up, no good. Rebound grabbed by Bach. Bach will get it over to Westrick. Westrick bounces it off of his shin, and wow, okay, playing some volleyball, and J.R. Mendoza comes up with it, gets it to Baird. And now Straub. Straub kicks it out to Klima. Klima trying to muscle his way inside. Baird at the free throw line, good. Minute 29, under 90 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Bach gets it into Bauer. Bauer turnaround, nice touch. And Bauer gets the bucket, and that's 6 points now for him. Straub throws up a prayer, doesn't get the good bounce off the glass. Rebound comes down to Kelly. Kelly kicks it off. That's number 24, also a new player in the game. That's Brody Burgle. On the other end of the floor now with Cam Straub, back to Kyler Baird. Baird to Mendoza. Mendoza takes a knock from Bach. And we're going to have a whistle, and that's going to be on 2 White. So that'll be Mendoza getting his first personal. And team foul number 3 now for the Aces. As the little kids basketball practice must have ended, and they're come filing in. And looks like Mr. Kohlmeyer has drafted a few of the alumni to play in the upper deck band tonight too. So we got a good sounding pep band. Burgle gets the ball inbounds for the Tigers with 31 seconds left in the quarter. Kelly gets it back to Burgle. Burgle pull-up jumper, and he gets it off the glass and good. Brody Burgle with a bucket and 2. Mendoza with 6 or 8, and that's good. Count it, and he's going to go to the line. J.R. Mendoza gets the bucket, and he'll get to follow it up with a free throw with 6.8 seconds left in the quarter. 14-13, and Mendoza can make it a 2-point game. And he bounces it off the back of the iron. Tigers with the ball in 3, 2, 1. Long shot, not a prayer. It'll fall well short, and that's the end of 3. Third quarter, and it's the Tigers leading the Aces 17-14 as we get ready for the fourth quarter of action in the junior varsity game here tonight. We got some time here, and while the cheerleaders take to the floor to do a little entertaining, we want to say a big thank you to our basketball broadcast underwriters, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford. Want to thank them so very much, and want to remind you that if you're in the market for a vehicle, whether you're looking for one that is brand new, pre-owned, car, truck, van, or SUV, stop by, check out the great selections they have on the lots at the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships. And don't forget, you can also check out the complete dealer inventory online anytime, as well as find out everything else you want to know about the dealerships, the hours of operation, what's going on with the service department, special events. It's on JimSchmidtAuto.com. Again, I'm so proud to have their continued support of our Aces Sports broadcasts on Hicksville Community Television. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, the Jim Schmidt Truck Lot, and online at JimSchmidtAuto.com. 6 minutes left to go. You know, one of the cheerleaders from Holgate's also on their academic team. She was showing off her knowledge against the Hicksville Aces tonight. Back to the business at hand. That was just one of those little things that just struck me. It's like, hey, I know her. Kelly drives the hoop, sinks the basket. Makes it 19-14. Aces now down by a handful. Klima across the timeline. Into the game, Boston Hootman. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. I see also out there Maverick Keysbury, number 3 for the Aces. It's going to be a full 1 minute timeout called by Coach Dave Blue. 3 timeouts remaining for the Aces. Tigers have only stopped the clock once, so they have 4 timeouts remaining on their side of the ledger. Holgate's committed 4 team fouls so far, and the Aces have committed 3. So both squads with a few fouls they can give before they have to risk putting anybody into the bonus. And they got some gals that can really do some somersaulting over there on the Aces, or on the Tigers squad. Of course, the Holgate Tigers cheerleaders are known for their tumbling ability. They had a pretty good stretch for a while there where they won a number of the extreme cheer challenges at the Defiance County Fair, and some GMC championships as well back a few years. Back into action here. 5:38 to go in our 4th quarter. Klima gets the ball inbounds to Baird, and we're underway. Klima to Hootman on the wing. Boston driving in, puts it up, off the glass and good. Boston Hootman comes in and puts some points on the board. It's 19-16. Aces still down by 3. Baird going for the ball, no luck. Long pass across the way. Gershutz hangs on to it, but that one's stolen away by Keysbury for the Aces. He'll toss it over to Klima. Klima to Mendoza. JR kicks it back out to Baird. Baird trying to make something happen. His turnaround jumper is no good. And the rebound comes down, and it's controlled by Bach. Bach will toss the ball over to Kelly. Kelly into the paint. Drives, puts it up, no good. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds by Gershutz, and it'll be Aces ball on the baseline with 4:36 to go. Aaron Klima to J.R. Mendoza. Mendoza almost loses it, but Baird's right there to scoop the ball up. Baird, another pull-up jumper. This one also just off the mark. Back the other way. Almost to travel, but he manages to keep the ball under control. Loose on the floor. Bach gets it. Bach will put it up and in. Micah Bach with the 2 points. Klima on the other end gets it to Maverick Keysbury. Keysbury to Hootman on the wing. Boston goes to the hoop, puts it up. He'll draw the foul. Shot does not go down for Boston, but he's going to go to the line. A chance to draw the Aces a little closer with the clock stopped. And that's going to be on number 24, Brody Burgle. Burgle will pick up his first. And team foul number 5. Hootman hits the free throw. One more coming for Baston. And that one is a miss. And it winds up in the hands of Bauer. Bauer tosses it over to Gerschutz. Gerschutz guarded by Klima. Gets it to Kelly. Kelly down in the corner to Bach. Bach trying to get Mendoza out of his hair. And knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with Holgate. And Holgate didn't realize that. Have to grab somebody on do the inbounds. That's Gerschutz. Gerschutz gets it in to Thacker. And we're going to have a whistle. And that's going to be on Klima, number 23. And that'll be Klima's second. And team foul number 4 for the Aces. Common foul, they inbound it to Thacker. Thacker across the timeline with 3:15 left in the game. Gerschutz now, and over to Kelly. Kelly has it knocked out of his hands, so right into Gerschutz's hands, and he'll go through traffic, puts it up, no good. And nice move as he tosses it and bounces it off of Hootman's knee and out of bounds. Tigers maintain possession and into the game now. Justin West, as Aaron Klima will step out for a breather. So West into the game for the Aces. Tigers get the ball inbounds to Bach. Bach falls down but maintains his dribble. No small feet there. Now Gerschutz. Gerschutz into the paint. Puts it up short. West grabs the board. Gets it to Baird. Kyler Baird to Mendoza. Mendoza working his way through traffic. Now to Keysbury. And back to Baird. Baird, nice opening. Kyler, turnaround jumper up. And there we go. Finally gets the roll and puts it in. It's 21-19 as the Aces close to within 2. West is guarding Thacker. Stolen by Baird. He could tie it up. He loses the dribble, gets it back. Baird's going to have to wait now for the rest of the team to catch up. Gets it away to Keysbury. Keysbury to Hootman, and Hootman has it stolen from him. That's going to be Gerschutz, who goes coast to coast and lays it in. Hunter Gerschutz, and makes a statement with his first bucket of the second half. 23-19, Aces back down by 4. Mendoza tries to feed it down low, and there's nobody home. Out of bounds and back to the Holgate Tigers with 1:48 seconds. Still anybody's ball game here, only a 4-point lead for the Tigers. Kelly, guarded by Baird. Gets it over to Thacker, quickly to Gerschutz from three-point land. Off the iron, no good. And out of bounds, going to stay with the Tigers. Baird had his hands on it, but he couldn't hold on to the ball, and it goes out of bounds. So the Holgate squad maintains possession, and a full 1-minute timeout called by Coach Dave Blue. Oh, it's Sean Kobilis, I should mention, is the junior varsity coach for Holgate. As we'll count things down. 23-19 on the JimSchmidtAuto.com scoreboard here at the Red Zone. Got to throw in a few extra mentions for Jim Schmidt and his fine family of automotive dealerships, as I wasn't here to give them their due during the break between the first and second quarters earlier tonight. Nice crowd here this evening. Holgate always brings a pretty good contingent with them. For some reason, they're all sitting on our side. They're all just down from us instead of over on the big side of. So that's all right. The whistle sounds. We're going to get ready to get back into action here. We got 90 seconds left to play in this junior varsity game, and really it could go either way. It's only a 4-point differential. 4 team fouls committed by the Aces and 5 by the Tigers. So that'll give you an idea how many fouls need to be committed if one team decides they want to put the other into the bonus. Tigers looking to get the ball in bounds. They launch it, and it gets tracked down finally. About 3/4 court. And Kelly is going to bring it up, guarded by Klima. Kelly needs to, and that's going to be Klima committing the foul. That'll be Aaron's 3rd, and team foul 5. The minute 19. Bach looking to get the ball in bounds. He does to Kelly. Kelly hits the dirt, and that'll be a travel. Went down and he slid, and when you're holding the ball and you slide, you're not dribbling the ball, and you're traveling. So the Aces get the ball back without having to burn a couple more fouls to put them into the 1-and-1. Holgate dropping back on defense. Stroud back into the game for the Aces. Baird gets it in to Klima. Klima for 3. Bingo! Aaron Klima dials it in and makes it 23-22. It's a 1-point game down the stretch run. Kelly, guarded by Baird, gets it across the timeline. Kelly looking around. Kelly gets it over to Gerschutz, to Bauer, who puts it up, no good. Hootman grabs the board, and Hootman's going to be kind of assaulted by Bauer. So number 25, Blue, will pick up his 2nd personal foul, and that'll be team foul number 6 on the Tigers, as he sort of reached up to try to take the ball away from Boston Hoopman and kind of like got the wrist and bent him over backwards a little bit. Klima, his team down by 1, gets it to Mendoza. Mendoza to Hootman. Boston feeds it off to Klima again. Klima down low to Hootman, and it's out of bounds off of Holgate. They're going to say actually last touched by the Aces. Okay. So Holgate will try to get the ball inbounds. They do quickly, and it's going to be lost on the baseline or on the sideline. Dribbled out of bounds by Kelly. So we're down to 24.9 seconds, and the Aces get the ball back. Klima into Mendoza. Mendoza back to Klima. Aces can work here for the last shot and see if they can steal it away. Into traffic, and it's stripped away. And they're going to try to get it away, and there's going to be a foul. And whether it'll be Straub or Hootman. It's going to be Hootman. Boston will pick up the foul. That'll be team foul number 6. And it'll be timeout Holgate. So it'll be Holgate's ball out of bounds with 12 seconds left in the game, as the Aces had the ball and the chance to maybe put one in at the buzzer for the win, but got caught up in traffic, and the quick hands of the Holgate Tigers stripped the ball away from Aaron Klima. And then trying to get the ball back, Hootman commits the foul, and then the Tigers call timeout. Full 1 minute timeout, as again a 1-point game with a little over 12 seconds left to play in regulation. The Tigers are going to be working on a strategy, because I'm pretty sure that as soon as they get the ball in bounds, they're going to be fouled and sent to the line in the bonus. And they're going to need to hit their free throws, but even if they hit them both, it'll still be a 3-point differential, and the Aces will get the ball back. So they might want to start talking a little bit now about defending against the 3-point shot. So I also imagine they're going to try to work up strategy to maybe take off a few ticks of the clock before they get fouled and sent into the bonus on the inbounds here. 12.1 seconds. Bauer launches it down, and that's going to be Gerschutz who's going to put it up. No good. And a follow-up, and that one will go down. And that was number 12, Hunter Gerschutz. The horn will sound, and the Aces will drop the JV game by 3, 25-22, the final score. Man, kind of had you on the edge of your seat there towards the end, hoping that the Aces might manage to pull this one out, but it was not to be, so they'll shake hands. It was a good, hard-fought basketball game, and we'll see what we can do about getting some scores here. All right. Okay, all right. I think we got it all here. So let's run it down real quickly on the Aces on the losing side of the scorecard here tonight. That would be, let's see, the leading scorer for the Aces tonight, Kyler Baird with 3 buckets and 6 points, followed by Aaron Klima, who finishes the night with 5. 4 points for Alex Gordon, kind of a low night for him. Then 3 for Boston Hootman, 2 for Cam Straub, and also 2 tonight for J.R. Mendoza. For the victorious Tigers tonight, leading all scorers, and the lone player in double figures was Hunter Gerschutz. Gerschutz had a 3 twos, and a free throw for 10. 6 points tonight for Richard Bauer. It was 4 for Abe Kelly. 2 points each from Micah Bach and Brody Burgle, and a point off a free throw from Robbie Thacker. So there you have it. 25-22 final score. And the Aces will take a loss here on the home floor. And with that, we're going to kind of wrap things up here because we're going to get ready for varsity basketball action coming up shortly from the Red Zone. Do want to say a big thank you again to the Hicksville Athletic Department, Mr. Overmeyer and Hott, and to the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. And most of all, thanks to you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed our coverage of the Aces and the Tigers Junior Varsity Basketball game here on HIX-TV tonight. So with that, we're going to wrap it up. Once again, final score, I think it was 25-22. The Tigers winning by 3. For Chris Warner on the camera, Brian Williams taking the stats. I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television, wishing you a good night and good sports.